welcome to the weekly podcast for 16bitauto.com. This week we are going to touch on some Castlevania, Assassin's Creed, some other stuff, but first we're going to start off with my review of NCAA Football 13. Needless to say, it is passable, and that's about all I can give it, just because the features that they installed are nice, but you had them last year. The animations are nice, but they don't really affect gameplay, and I mean, if you need the updated rosters for your Madden team or you're a hardcore football fan, it's not a bad game at all. But if you are one of those people who just wants to throw the pigskin around for Michigan or Alabama or somebody else, probably better off buying it when it's cheaper, which is NCAA Football 12 or, for that matter, 11 or 10.
Or any of them that they could have just added a patch for?
Yeah, pretty much the last time. No, I mean, it's really not. Like, the core of the gameplay is good. Everything else is just the same thing you've had for 5 years. And I mean, if that's enough for you to buy it, by all means. I didn't give it a score that says, don't buy this. I gave it a score that said, it's okay. And that's,
if you haven't bought it before, here's a new one.
Yeah, and you guys know I'm a huge football fan. I literally bought NCAA so I would have my rosters ready for Madden. And I kind of regret it.
You know, Madden's going to have Chris Johnson on it, so. Or Calvin Johnson, for God's sakes!
I'm not on the cover of video games yet, buddy.
Now, if I could talk about something that I just thought about, when you consider sports games or Dynasty Warriors, they're pretty much copy-paste.
Yeah, they are.
Think about it.
No, and the debate has been raging out ever since pretty much EA bought the NFL license.
Which was back I think in 5. Yeah, because that was the one that they got best.
So yeah, it's one of those things where they keep doing it. Then again, when you're in sports titles, what's the best thing you can do is just to continue to refine the gameplay to make it as realistic as possible, which I understand. But with Madden, the problem has been is that the franchise mode has been so bare bones since they came to next-gen consoles that it's almost laughable. Like the progression, you don't have any progression control over your players. The way you bid on free agents is just ludicrous. I mean, there's a lot of stuff. I remember back on the Xbox, you used to be able to control stadium cost, as in you could control how much the hot dog cost, how much parking tickets.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah,
that doesn't sound like NFL. That sounds like SimCity NFL.
Yeah, it was kind of like RPG like.
Yeah, it was a mini game type thing. Yeah. But like, I actually remember that.
I remember
04.
Yeah,
and you were able to set ticket prices. You know, the way you set these prices would see
affect
how much
revenue.
Yeah, affect your revenue and how much your fans supported you, how much they'd come to the games.
Okay, I changed that. It's not SimCity, it's NFL Tycoon.
Yeah, right.
Hey, there's an idea right there.
Yeah. They tried to do a spin-off game with NFL head coach, which had about the amount of stuff in it that should have been in the franchise mode already, minus the crappy gameplay, and they just charged extra money for it.
I heard that was actually just a complete pile of crap.
The drafting elements were excellent. The problem is that who wants to just coach a game of football?
Yeah, good point.
I mean,
I'll tell you,
being a coach in real life is probably really freaking exciting, but on an Xbox, it's kind of like, So,
my favorite sports games, I'll just throw this out there, my favorite sports games of all time would have to be, for hockey, Wayne Gretzky on the 64, for football, Blitz 2000 on the 64, and
very good
for basketball, NBA Jam on Sega.
I'm sorry, you cannot
NBA
go wrong.
Street 2.
Okay, NBA Street 2.
You cannot go
Street 2 with
that. Was
oh my God! Yeah, you could not go wrong with Blitz. The appeal for that was just
old Blitz. I don't like the new Blitz.
No, not the new Blitz. I'm talking like from 2000 to 2003. Those were the really good ones because it was just nothing but just
carnage.
Exactly.
Yeah, and you could just sit
now
there
they're all
and plays over, and you could just beat each other up after the play. That was after.
I always dropped at a good
kind of ball. You could just run around stiff arming everybody, and they just fall over.
Not to mention you could have chicken heads on you guys. So,
and do you guys remember back when like Madden would be the biggest release of the year?
Oh yeah.
For a good stretch of like 3 to 5 years there, like you're talking, you get midnight releases for Madden like you get now for like your Call of Duty or your Skyrim. It's ridiculous, and like people are getting sick of it.
FIFA kind of took over Madden.
Like worldwide sales, yes. U.S. sales, no. But
I know.
yeah,
We're not big soccer people here. I mean, I don't
Although-
mind soccer, but Mia Hamm All-Stars for 64 is like the only soccer game I ever played.
I would like
It's
to.
pretty good though.
I would like to challenge that. Mario Strikers Charged for the Wii. That is the only soccer game, sports game / Mario game that is worth playing in my book because you could slam that stupid princess into an electric wall.
Mario Tennis.
You can't slam her into
I
a
love
wall.
Mario Tennis.
You can't slam her off the stadium.
the Mario Soccer is pretty good. I think that was the only one I really.
It was fun. There was 4-player co-op. It worked. Like I said, people, if you want a good game, function first before all the bells and whistles.
Fair enough. Okay. All right, next topic. We got Chris with Castlevania news.
Oh no. Game Informer, one of your many covers. I am actually trading Scott for this. Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2 quickie and also Mirror of Fate breakdown. Something I failed to mention when I first heard of Lords of Shadow 2. Alucard has been confirmed in both games, and I swear to God, it left my mind when I saw that preview trailer. When you saw that dude with the blade, I didn't even think of Alucard just because of the universe. The reboot itself was like a fresh take, but I ended up forgetting a lot of stuff that would be affected later on. And quite honestly, I mean, they show off Trevor, Simon, and Alucard right on the cover, and a 4th character yet to be named. I have nothing but excitement for this. I mean, if either of you two played any of them, I know you said
I need to get Lords of Shadow and finish it. I got about 5 hours into it.
Still playing Star Wars.
of course you will.
Well, one thing here. I apologize for the shirt Scott is wearing today.
What is that shirt?
My grandma bought me this shirt, okay?
I see only one good thing. Why?
Yeah, Penn State though. You haven't been watching the ESPN, have you?
What's ESPN?
We'll talk about it later, Chris. It's not quite for our audience.
I'll be honest with you. The only sports I ever paid attention to when I was even a kid was wrestling. I know it's not sports people, but cut me a break. And while I'm on it, the old school wrestling games were good. Now they're coming out like the Madden games.
Yeah.
So now that we got Castlevania out of the way, we'll go to some news you actually care about with Assassin's Creed 3.
You're lucky I can't give you the bird right now.
Anyway, Assassin's Creed 3 just announced some co-op, which for me sounds really cool. I like the multiplayer, don't get me wrong. It's cool, but it doesn't seem very assassin-y. It just seems like a death match where people just run around and stab each other, jumping off roofs, and like...
As stated back in our E3 poster.
Yeah, they're not stealthy, so the co-op element actually rewards you for being more stealthy with your buddies. Like, it's not the co-op campaign, it's just a co-op mode. And you have to take down, or you have to earn a certain amount of points, which the stealthier the kill, the more the points you get for that kill. Mm-hmm. You have to earn a certain amount of points within a certain amount of time to basically pass the mission, or go further in the mission, and succeed on it, basically. So it encourages teamwork, it encourages being stealthy and, planning out how you're going to attack. So